Great morning, everyone. My name is Lorraine Walker Nelson. I'm a speaker and a mindset coach. I'm with the John Maxwell team. I'm also the founder of My I Am Matters Ministries. We do positive affirmation shirts, and we believe that you should speak positively over yourself every single day. Speaking positively over yourself always helps your mental health. So every day I'm doing my power. This is our 5 minutes of power. And today I have a very special guest. As you can see in front of you, I have my most handsome, my handsome nephew. I have many of them. Christophe Yen. And Christophe was just awarded a scholarship to an Ivy League university in the USA. And I wanted to talk to him because that's the epitome of Black excellence and young excellence. So, Christophe, thank you so much for joining me, for giving me the pleasure of talking to my own nephew in this forum today. I wanted to talk to you about your being selected for university and, of course, an Ivy League at that on a full scholarship. That's a pretty dope. It's pretty amazing. And I wanted to talk to you though. Why did you select Brown as against maybe Harvard or any other Ivy League school?
During the middle of my college application process, one of my college counselors had sat down and spoke to me and said that I should have applied to either Harvard or Stanford. But I feel like a lot of things that people don't consider when they're applying to colleges is the most that you're gonna get out of it. Of course, I have to worry about the education, but also like the overall experience. When it comes to like the 8 Ivy Leagues, immediately people just think, oh, if you go there, you're gonna be fine. But for me, I really wanted to focus more on like, I know, getting the full experience, making sure I was happy in like every aspect, whether it's like interacting with people and with my education. And a very distinct things about the 8 Ivy Leagues is that each one kind of has like their own personality. And Brown's really spoke to me the most because it was one, it's labeled as the quote unquote happiest Ivy League. And I remember what really interested me in Brown was speaking to a Brown alum and how he spoke about how much the amount of things that he learned from Brown. He actually was like one of the surgeons for Michael Jackson. So I don't know, for that really inspired me, especially since he was like a man of color himself. I was like, I kind of saw myself in his footsteps and I knew that I would be happy there and successful. So that's why I chose Brown.
Oh, that was awesome. So an awesome perspective is that you wanted to be immersed into the culture. You wanted to be happy. You didn't want to just go to an Ivy League. And you identified with someone who was like your race, was Black, and you identify with Black excellence, and and that pulled you. That's kind of interesting. I love that. That's what I got from that. So what is the significance of an Ivy League though? No, Christophe, what is the significance of an Ivy League as against a regular college? Because people apply for colleges every single day. And I think, well, they get ahead in life. What's the significance of an Ivy League?
So for me, attending an Ivy League was kind of like symbolic. So I feel like being an immigrant from Jamaica, one thing that I did struggle with a lot was I struggled a lot with like an identity crisis, like going like through middle school and high school. I don't know. And I felt like a lot of that was I felt as if I was inefficient at some points as an immigrant as opposed to like a citizen. I don't know. And I experienced a lot of instances where I just felt like really down on myself because of that. The reason why I chose to apply particularly to the Ivy League instead of regular school, because it was supposed to be like a statement for myself as well as others, or maybe like people in similar positions as me that like, yo, not only can we like get into the Ivy League, but we're gonna make sure that we like do better than those who already live in the country and didn't get in, and those who already are there and like speak down against us. One thing that America struggles with a lot is like immigration struggles or like the relationship between citizens and immigrants. And like, for me personally, it was like kind of uplifting to apply and get into an Ivy League. So that's why I chose one as opposed to another school.
Wow. So you really wanted to just make a personal statement and you wanted to do it for the community and also do it for immigrants and to make a statement. That's really kind of cool. I mean, and I've always thought to myself that at this stage, this is maybe like your first degree. You'll probably go on to a second degree, postgraduate, all of those things. And how significant is the Ivy League at this stage? And will you apply it to another Ivy League? I mean, because I think your last degree is the most significant to say that you went to this institution and you would have done your master's or doctorate, or so how significant is it at this stage in your view?
Well, the goal for me was to like kind of start and end in the Ivy League. I don't think I would like personally see myself anywhere else. The only major problem that I'd see getting in the way in the future is money, because you know these schools are like really expensive. But I'm confident that you know something or maybe someone somewhere will invest in me, invest in my future, and hopefully I find ways to pay for myself. But the goal is to definitely start and end, nothing less.
I'm so excited. So you're going to start and end here. I mean,
Yeah.
so Chris, how excited are you though to start school? You know, September is coming up, and I mean all of this newness. And I'm sure you have done a lot of preparation. You've worked hard, and now it's a big moment. I know one, you're looking at leaving home, and of course what
Yeah.
that represents. You're going out. I mean, pretty much on your own. Are you excited? You're apprehensive? What's going on with you? Are you going to be going in college, or you're going to be doing it online? What's that like for you? What's happening?
I'd say that my number one my number one emotion in terms of college right now is like kind of nervous. We were kind of pushed back a little bit, so I won't be attending college until January 2021. I don't know. That was a little bit of a letdown for me, but overall, I'm still pretty nervous. What Brown did is that they gave us the option to only take like one class for credit online, and if it's not that, then we wait on campus to take classes. That students have a little bit of like downtime, considering that a lot of low income students need to like work in order to like afford various things during college. But the main reason why I'm nervous is because, you know, on top of like the difficulty of, I don't know, college work, there's also being able to like interact socially. Like I mentioned before, of course, my number one goal in college is to get my education, but it's also for like the complete experience. I want to be able to like socialize. I want to be able to like go out, like really like transition into that next phase of my life. And I feel like all of that kind of got shut down because of COVID. But yeah, I don't know. That was really a major blow for me.
Yeah, I don't think that COVID is going to last. We declare that this too shall pass, and you'll have the experience that you need to have in terms of the social interaction. So you're saying that you prefer to be out there and socializing rather than being online and, you know, being locked up. All right, so I understand what that means. I mean, I know that a lot of preparation would have gone into you preparing to go to Brown and being accepted into an Ivy League. And I know that there are many other students, young persons that might be watching that would want to know, what is that preparation process like? What does it take to actually get into an Ivy League? What did you do to be accepted? And of course, on a full scholarship as well. What was that process like?
I feel like one thing I really like learned to do, and one thing that I think that all students should do is like kind of learn how to finesse the system, if that makes sense. The way that schools and Ivies in general work is that they're gonna push towards students of color that show like significant promise. You need to make sure that you're somebody who stands out in your school, you know your teachers, because at the end of the day, like some of the teachers are gonna be the ones writing recommendation letters for you that are gonna be like bragging about you to colleges. So one, make sure that you're really close to your teachers. Two, make sure that you're somebody that is always working hard, always on top of their work. If a traditional learning style doesn't like work for you and you're struggling in your school, find a way that actually works for you. Because learning is different for each person. So, you know, like not necessarily like work hard all the way, but kind of learn how to work smart as well. Because it kind of goes hand in hand. And then the last thing, honestly, be honest and straightforward in your college application. One thing that a lot of people make mistakes, one of the largest mistakes that a lot of people make while applying is that they feel the need to like exaggerate every little detail. But college admissions officers kind of have like an eye for that, like, because you know these people are like trained to like get the personality from like very like short documents. So be straightforward about who you are, be honest, work hard and work smart, and make sure that you build close relationships with your teachers. That's the best thing that I could say. It worked for me, so I'm confident that it would work for somebody else out there.
Oh, that is pretty awesome advice, and I like the way you summarize it, so somebody could just take notes. But Chris, there are other students that are going to college, regular college. I mean, what would you say in general? I mean, the same advice, does the same advice work? I mean, do you have to put in a little bit extra in the Ivy League as against, because I'm sure that persons are going to regular colleges. What would you say to them?
There are other colleges out there that are not Ivy League that are like on Ivy League level. Because at the end of the day, Ivy League is just like a label for the 8 oldest schools in the United States. So you have schools like Duke, Stanford that are not Ivy League, but are like hailed as some of the best universities in the world and probably be even better than some of the Ivy Leagues. For me personally, I don't think it really matters like what exactly college you go to, but more in terms of what you do when you get there. Of course, my advice still stands, because if you like really want to get into the college of your dreams, like you have to make sure that you make sure that you really invest in yourself and invest in the people around you so that they help you during your college application process. But in terms of like past that, it's really just about how you carry yourself after you've gotten in. Because in order to like really achieve success, you can't just, I don't know, reach a major milestone and then stop there. That's being complacent, and that's like limiting yourself in a sense. You have to make sure that you push forward and make sure that like you keep the same habits or adapt to new ones if you find yourself struggling. But that's really the best that I can say.
All right, Chris, this has been such an enlightening conversation for me. I'm learning a whole lot, and I'm sure whoever else is watching has a few things that they can learn as well. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you. I mean, I just wanted to say that I'm very proud of you. I know that there are a lot of struggles for Black people or people of color in the context of where you're living. I'm in Jamaica, I'm not exposed to that as much, and to a large extent, that you always want to, you might find yourself in a situation where you're trying to prove yourself. But I always wanted to remind you that you are great. Doesn't matter where you are or what position you find yourself in, and you are your only competition, and that is something that you should measure yourself against, you and your previous results. So keep measuring yesterday and today to see what you can do to improve on you and continue being the best. You are an inspiration. You have been an inspiration to me and my children, and I'm just so proud that you have that, and I'm just looking forward to what your future holds. And of course, we'll be catching up again in this forum, guys. Until next time. This is Christophe and Lorraine signing out. If you did not catch it, that's my nephew. Yes, my twin sister's son, Christophe Yen, and he joined today on 5 Minutes of Power. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Every day we are on here, and when you like, share, and subscribe, somebody else will benefit from the information. Please leave a comment, drop a line, say what you thought about it. What are your thoughts on Ivy League as against regular colleges, and what encouraging word would you want to give to Christophe as he goes off to college, whether online or in the physical space? Have a fantastic weekend. I love you. God bless you. And social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So Lorraine Walker Nelson on LinkedIn. Instagram is at my Am Matters Ministries, and Walker Nelson Lorraine. On YouTube is my Am Matters Ministries, and of course on Facebook, Lorraine Walker Nelson. Have a great one. God bless you, and take care of yourself.